Last weekend, I was in the Austin gun shop counter. My cash was already out, and the guy behind the glass started guiding me like I was lost. Real polite, real smooth. He slid the usual safe pick forward and watched my face, waiting for the nod, and I almost gave it to him, because that's what most people do when they don't want to look dumb. They buy the name, buy the comfort, then spend the next year pretending it was their idea. So I asked for the guns the quiet buyers ask for, not the loud ones. Not the best value speech. The ones that make the room go a little still. That's where this list came from. Only for serious buyers means the gun doesn't carry your ego. It charges you for it. And yeah, one of these looks like a flex gun. Real pretty, real expensive, the kind of pistol you post, right up until it humiliates you in public, and you can't unfeel that. I waited 6 months before buying the Springfield Armory Echelon 4.0C. Serious buyers don't chase new releases. We test them. After 3 months of daily carry, I thought I had it figured out. Then one afternoon, I was rushing through a crowded parking lot in San Antonio when I had to draw it fast from under my shirt. The grip felt good, but the taller slide caught on my cover garment for a split second. That half-second hesitation hit me hard. In that moment, I questioned everything. Was I carrying a range gun, pretending to be serious? I cleared the draw and got the dot on target. But the doubt stayed with me the whole drive home. The Echelon is one of the few new designs that actually feels refined. The grip is excellent, the optics mounting is bomb-proof, and the trigger is crisp enough that you forget you're carrying a tool instead of a toy. It runs hard without complaining. But that extra height on the slide is the tax. It prints more than I want in normal clothes, and sometimes it reminds you it's there when you least need the reminder. I still carry it every day, but every time I holster it, I remember that half second in the parking lot. The Echelon earned my trust, but it also made me realize how little room there is for compromise when you're serious about this. The next gun on this list is even less forgiving. Wilson Combat X9 showed up earlier this year after a long range session. Sun, sweat, brass everywhere. Everybody already tired and a little sloppy, but he just held it out like it was a spare mag. No hype. That annoyed me right away. I remember thinking, for what this thing costs, it better cure diseases. First few shots, honestly, they didn't even impress me much. That's the trap. It didn't slap me with, wow. It just ran clean, calm, like it had nothing to prove. I almost wrote it off as expensive smoothness and handed it back. And then I switched back to my own pistol, and that's when it hit. My recoil suddenly felt busy, not heavy, just chaotic. Like the gun was doing extra movement I'd been ignoring for years. My trigger felt grainy on the press, like there was dirt living inside the brake. And the slide, the sound turned harsher, cheaper somehow. Same ammo, same hands, same day. Different reality? That pissed me off more than if the Wilson had blown me away immediately. Because that's what serious buyer guns do. They make you notice tiny stuff normal people never feel. And once you start noticing it, a lot of good guns don't feel the same anymore. I didn't leave happy. I left irritated, like I couldn't unhear it. I was a fucking idiot for sleeping on the HKUSP for so long. I used to look at that big, heavy, old-school pistol and laugh. Too bulky, too dated. Nobody serious carries that dinosaur in 2026. I kept choosing lighter, sexier guns and telling myself I was being smart. Last month, I finally bought one and took it out to a shitty lice in the middle of nowhere. I ran it hard. Dust, rain, rapid fire, weak hand, everything. And the gun just punished me for every assumption I'd made. That heavy frame soaked up recoil like it was nothing. The DA/SA trigger was smooth and predictable, even when my hands were shaking from adrenaline. It ate every round I threw at it without a single hiccup. The controls felt like they were built for a man's hands, not some influencer's range toy. But here's the part that's been eating me alive. I carried lighter guns for years, thinking they were better for real life. Now, every time I put the USP on my hip, I feel the weight. of all those days I was walking around under-equipped because of my ego. That extra mass I used to hate, it suddenly feels like the only honest choice when shit can go bad fast. The USP doesn't forgive arrogance, and I had a lot of it. I'm still pissed at myself for how long I dismissed it. The next gun on this list is even more unforgiving. Right after New Year's, I stood in this clean little shop that smelled like glass cleaner and bad decisions, watching two guys handle the Walther PDP match SF like it was a personality test. First guy snatched it up and immediately started whining. Wait, too serious. Asked if there was a lighter version, asked if it carried easier. A whole conversation sounded like he was shopping for convenience and trying to call it performance. Then, about 20 minutes later, this older guy walked in. Quiet, calm, no rush. He picked up the same PDP match F and didn't say one damn word about comfort. Not one. He asked how flat it stayed after long strings. Asked how it tracked when you got stupid and started slapping the trigger. Asked if the frame stayed predictable once your hands got tired and your grip got lazy. That's when it clicked for me. Serious buyers don't always want an easier gun. They want the gun that snitches on you, the one that exposes bad habits instead of hiding them with soft recoil and forgiveness. That PDP match SF didn't feel like a purchase. It felt like somebody quietly deciding they were done compromising. And the one above it, that thing doesn't just snitch. It puts you on trial in front of everybody. I hate how much I love the CZ Shadow 2 Compact. This gun pisses me off every time I carry it. It's heavy as hell. Prints like I'm hiding a brick and demands attention I don't always want to give. But when I shoot it, fuck. I took it out last week and ran it against my old go-to guns. The Shadow 2 Compact made them look slow and sloppy. The trigger reset is stupid fast. The gun stays flat like it's glued to the target. Recoil is so soft it feels illegal for a steel compact. I was hitting tighter groups and faster splits than I had any right to, and that's the problem. It ruined me. Now, every time I pick up a lighter gun, it feels like a toy. Every time I carry something else, I feel like I'm compromising. The Shadow 2 Compact isn't just better. It exposed how long I've been accepting good enough from guns that don't deserve my trust. But I still catch myself some mornings leaving it at home because I know the day is going to suck and I don't want that weight. And that printing reminding me I'm carrying a serious tool. This is not a comfortable gun. This is a gun for people who are done bullshitting themselves. And right now, it's the one I respect the most, even when I hate carrying it. The Staccato C2 rode on my belt for one day and acted like it owned the real estate. Not a dramatic moment. Just constant little punishments. Sit down, grip digs, stand up, shirt pulls. I caught myself doing that subtle tug like I was hiding a damn mistake. Thumb hooked, shirt straightened, acting casual. I hated that I noticed it. I hated more that somebody else noticed it. Recently, my buddy Jeet looked over, smirked, and goes, "Comfortable?" That one word hit like a slap. All day, my brain kept trying to justify it. This is why I carry normal guns. This is why I don't do the 2011 thing. This is a hobby gun. I said all that trash while I kept checking my shirt like a rookie. Later, I dragged it to the range with zero excitement. More like, pay your rent. I ran the C2 hard. Fast doubles, longer strings, sloppy grip on purpose just to see if it got weird. It didn't. It stayed flat and stupid, controllable. Trigger felt like it took work out of the equation. And that's the problem because you shoot your regular pistol right after, and it suddenly feels like you're rowing a boat. The C2's flaw is simple. It charges a carry tax. Belt, holster, discipline, or it makes you miserable. And the worst part, even when it makes you miserable, you start wanting more of it. If this list pissed you off, good. That means you still care about the right stuff. None of these are for everybody. They're heavy, sharp, picky about holsters, hard on wallets, hard on patience. The point is, what happens when the run gets ugly and your hands get dumb? These don't give you an excuse to hide behind. And that flex gun thing, that's real. Some pistols look like status right up until they expose you. That sting makes guys sell guns. They swore they'd keep forever. So drop the one your circle respects without a speech. The pistol that gets a quiet nod, not a comment war. and tell me what you refuse to tolerate. Trigger, size, reliability, carry pain, whatever. I'm Steve. I still don't like what one of these does, and I still keep it close.